Greetings, Mr. Smith. Jacob Martinez here, Reverend Haiku from artoflove.me, and I just wanted to thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide to take a look into your personal matters. I truly appreciate the esteem whenever somebody comes to me to look into situations, and I appreciate the trust. And part of why I am beginning your reading with a statement like that is because I feel that in my position, it's actually most important that I be the one who is also able to tell you what underlying things have been pretty much obfuscated to your own vantage point, and just dealing with the sensitive matter of your business and your personal state of wellness and mental health. I did ask the guides to intercede on this. I'm just the messenger, and honestly, I don't really need cards at this stage in my own ability to do readings. I use them as, let's say, confirmation and also visual aids to provide to my querants so that they can actually see what it is that was already told to me. And just while I was in here clearing the space for you, I was hearing some songs. Just the way the guides speak to me. I work with angelic support, and Archangel Gabriel will sometimes just kind of DJ something for me or whisper it in my ear. And I heard two songs for you. One of them is called La Tortura, and it's by an artist named Shakira. And the other one is a song called Missing You by an artist named John Waite. And they're both about romantic situations that have created a lot of pain in the heart. And, I know you asked me for a reading about what's ahead of your world, and it was primarily focused around how your business has unwound. And I'm being told that what you actually need to know is that this is all about karmic ties in your love life. And I did, I kind of laughed a little bit, not at you, but just that exactly what I was hearing about is the card that was shown to us using one of my more karmic decks that I will sometimes use to help people understand the implications of maybe their past lives or things that have come before and how that has set their life in a different motion to get them to where they are now. Let's call that a trajectory effect. But this is what was actually showing up to me. And both of those songs are, again, about love life. And so forgive me if I'm being too bold here and taking, this other direction. But I feel like this is what you need to know. I'm actually hearing that this is all having to do with transformations that are occurring in your heart chakra. And what I'm seeing is, this is actually a very beautiful representation of the death card in more traditional decks. This deck that I'm using here calls it transformation, which I love. And basically what I'm hearing about is something that was stripped away, that maybe was no longer serving, or in some cases a false front is what they're telling me, and about the change that happens once the truth has come to light. And unfortunately, in some cases, that comes at a cost. What your guides are telling me is that this has a lot to do with unspoken truths that hadn't come to surface, and the toll that it's taken on you personally to deal with this. And sometimes people don't realize how much their heart center and their love life has an effect that ripples into every other aspect of their life. And I'm just being told, and again, I can't make this stuff up. It's just funny how the guides show me. They showed me these three cards just like this: lover, gambler, engineer. And I'm hearing this is what happened. I'm hearing this was about your love life, okay, and about gambles that were taken in your business because of the uncertainty there. And they keep telling me a lot of it has to do with unspoken truths. And so I'm picking up on a lot of green here with the heart chakra stuff, and also like upper heart, thymus, throat chakra area. And I'm being told that a lot of this has to do with healing this space. I'm going to read to you what the archetype says on the engineer card, because this is actually you. And this is what you should know about it, because this kind of energy, it's going to describe to you really your characteristics and the amount of energy that you have behind your actions as yourself, as the active archetype of the engineer. And what's good to know about this is that this energy, like any other energy, operates on a spectrum. So you've got both a yield of positive flow and negative current. And it's not to say one side's good or bad. It's just saying that that's how that energy moves. And so what you need to know about is how this energy, that is your energy, is basically accessed and how it might show up so that you can kind of navigate these things a little bit better. And I think you're going to like where it's going. So not to keep you in too much suspense, I'm not going to keep you in suspense. I always call in Archangel Assistance for an advice card, and they're telling us we've got a favorable outcome. So if you were heavy here in your heart, let's take a deep breath. There's going to be a favorable outcome here, and we'll tie it all up on a prayer for you. But I'm going to go ahead and read to you from this card first, because this is basically your power. You are the engineer, Mr. Smith. Light attributes of this energy state: ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Shadow attributes state: reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. And that's exactly what I'm hearing the problem has been. And so, you know, your guide is really telling me right now that it seems like as enlightened as you have been about your business and about things in your material realm, it's been very elusive to you how, you know, the heart space connects into this, and that, you know, this love situation really threw you for a loop. And I'm really hearing that a lot of this has to do with the woman. They're showing me a woman. And so, you know, I know you didn't mention a woman to me, but I keep seeing a woman. And here, it's like she had something that she was hiding, you know, and that she wasn't telling you. And I'm hearing that, you know, it was like blocking the heart chakra space, and that is really what threw you into the shadow sector here of your own power energy. You know, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. So sometimes we have to actually understand what happened that got us here before we can see what's ahead properly. Otherwise, we're just subject to keep repeating the same things because we have a blind spot. So allow me to elude or remove the illusions that have been there before, because they're showing me this is how you were showing up before as the gambler. And really, it was taking a gamble on your business. I'm hearing that was you on the tightrope with your eyes covered. And so what we're doing right now is taking the blindfold off, right? Gambler says, light attribute, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Shadow attributes, relying on luck rather than hard work. And that's what I'm hearing happen, because this was showing up right on top of the Lover card. And so what I'm hearing is that it literally was something that just pulled you off your focus, and that it was kind of a crapshoot. They're saying the word crapshoot to me that was taken. So I'm just going to tell you what this card says, but, you know, again, they keep showing me the one that took off with your heart. I think that's the same woman there. This was before, you know, she took off with your heart. And here, this is like her taking off the mask. So I think we're seeing a progression of things getting better there. But what happened before was embodied by this archetype of energy. And, you know, light and shadow here, light attributes, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And I'm being told that's how you were interacting with her. Shadow attributes is more like the side that she was playing out, is what I'm hearing. And it says obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. And in some cases, that's how you responded to her, which basically was threw you into a situation where you were not focused on the thing that you were doing. And I'm hearing that that's what caused the confusion and really precipitated the challenges with your actual business. So the good news here, over and above everything, is that they're showing a favorable change here, John. I know you didn't ask about the woman, you're asking about your business, but I feel like your heart healing is really what is going to help this one way or the other. And that you need to remember that you are the engineer. The engineer is the one that has the ability to basically, overcome all the problems. And so I'm hearing that you actually due for a favorable outcome in both love and in business. And you see this person's wearing all that green here. I'm kind of going out on a limb here, but I keep seeing the number 4 and 6 in these cards that have shown up. And I'm hearing that, it might be a good 4 to 6 weeks before you start to see some of this, but that if you take that time to actually apply that to the healing of your heart and doing the things that are going to help you feel fulfilled, even if you feel like there is a void there that used to be occupied by someone really wonderful in your life, that this is actually going to help you have the sustenance that you need inside to really just change things with the business or with the new direction. And I'm actually hearing that they were saying that you might have been writing. I don't know if you're keeping a journal or something, but like the other card that they showed me was scribe. And I was hearing that that's you. And so it's possible that, you've either learned something here or, that you might have written something that is going to be applicable in some way that you can actually apply as the engineer to take you into a new direction with that. And I'm hearing in some cases, it's really just about writing down the things you didn't get to say to her. And they're also telling me that in some cases that might even help open up her heart and throat chakra where she can actually communicate with you more effectively. But I'm going to actually leave you on 2 little pieces of advice here because 2 Archangel cards showed up. One to remind you that you're guarded and protected. And you see this guy's also covered in that same green color. And he's got that sword there, which for me is sometimes a pen. And so I'm feeling like maybe you kind of just write things down and give yourself a practical approach to what it is that you're feeling by taking the time to write it down. And especially for analytical people, and I can definitely understand this myself. I'm a super analytical guy myself. Sometimes when I'm dealing with things that are kind of like wishy, it's like the heart space stuff that's like totally not practical at all. It helps me to write it down because I can sort of process things and then you can kind of work yourself out a little bit. Some things you just realize, wow, why am I even holding on to that? That's not even a thing for me. And other stuff, it's like, wow, I didn't really realize I felt that way. And it's like your brain just goes in a problem solving mode. So highly recommend doing that and focusing on that because we are being told of a favorable outcome coming your way. And again, I was being told 4 to 6 weeks, and you might even be surprised to hear from this woman. I'm hearing that she wants to come back, and, maybe the way I read cards is a little squirrely, but, I got a 4 here. 1 + 3 is 4. Then I got a 4 here on the heart chakra. So they're saying absolutely work on the heart chakra, but I'm also hearing something about maybe a month and a half that you might actually hear back from her. So, take that if it makes sense to you, John. And please do let me know if you have any questions about any of this. I'm praying for you, and I'm definitely wishing you the best, especially over this holiday season. But I'm feeling like things really are going to take a positive change here in your work life and also in your romantic life. And I'm going to leave you with practical advice of a favorable outcome being forthcoming and this prayer from Archangel Michael. All right, here we go. Dear Archangel Michael, I thank you for the beautiful outcome to the situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. I thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. Amen. All right, Mr. Smith, that's what I got for you. I hope it made sense, and I hope you liked it. And please do reach out if there's any questions that you have that I can clarify for you. If I don't hear from you again, I just recommend checking back with me in maybe about a month and a half, and we can take another look at the situation, or sooner if anything comes up. And I generally recommend for readings like this to do them maybe every 30 to 60 days anyway. It's just good to take an alternate view. So I hope that it was helpful for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.